Turn this light off.
There.
Is that light good?
It's a lot of shadow on you.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Alright. This is my first workout. This is like
right here.
this is like my third take on this thing.
You can't see me.
Huh?
You can't see me.
No. Alright, this is my first workout. This is like my third take on this thing. Yeah, I'm just gonna show how I was taught how to do these. Hopefully you can see with the camera. These are dumbbell bench press. And the angle that was taught and the angle how I used to do them and how I do them now. I mean, I know you can't tell that, I used to be a person that worked out, but I did used to work out a lot before I had 4 kids. Anyways, yeah, this is how I used to do them. So usually when you do dumbbell bench press, people tend to come up with it right away and come straight up. I don't know if you can see that, but come straight up. A lot of times too, or the people are flat, more flat like this, and then we'll do bench press, with it like this, thinking that we're working out our chest. But how I was taught over, working out with the workout partner, I was taught to have more of a powerlifting position as far as where your back placement is going to be. So that requires you digging your shoulders into the bench, like this. Dig your shoulders into the bench. See? Make sure you plant those feet. Have that gap between your back and the bench, and instead of being like this, we're gonna go like this. See that? That way you get more range of motion, and there's not so much tension on your shoulders and tension on your pec, but you're also working that pec out a lot more, because up here you get to tighten it a lot more, and down here you get to stretch it a lot more. And in order to build muscle, we have to break down those muscle tissues. And there's no better way to do that than by stretching out your muscle. I don't know what that was. That was like 6. But like I said, this is already my third attempt at making this video, and that's after doing 3 warm-up sets. So my chest is pretty tight, but hopefully that was a good enough angle, and then we'll move on to the next one. Cool. Alright, so before we do another one, a different workout or the next workout, I'm gonna just include this one as another quick reps so you can see how everything looks in motion all together in sequence. So get ready. This is typically how I do mine, and then I start. So I don't know. It's been how long has it been since we started working out?
Like 6, 7 years.
Huh?
Wait, what'd you say?
Since we started working out.
Oh, I think you said since I
I was
stopped.
about to say, I had not been working out for no 6 years.
No, like 2 months. 2 months. Yeah, since like February.
Since like February? It's consistent? Feels like a lifetime. But I don't know if I've gone. My wife says I've gone down, like in my stomach and stuff like that, but I still got a belly. It's a dad bod. See that?
Just a stronger dad bod.
Dad bod.
Down a lot.
But the highest that I ever weighed was like 265 pounds. I'm down to like 249, 248. I've gone through a bunch of frequent changes in my body where I've gotten down to like, the lowest, like 213, like last year sometime. But that's when I was doing like jiu-jitsu and stuff like that. That helped me lose a lot of weight. But then after I stopped jiu-jitsu because I got COVID and I got scared to get COVID again because I have too many kids and a wife at home, that could have gone really bad with the COVID stuff. I stopped going to jiu-jitsu. But then after that, I gained weight again, back up to like 250, and became inconsistent with working out. And then I started working out again like in November, and then it was going okay. I was watching my weight. I got down to like 238 by like doing
Bike riding.
no, it wasn't bike riding. It was no, it was doing being in a calorie deficit.
Yeah, and also bike riding.
Bike riding and being in a calorie deficit. And then I don't know what happened, but it's just super hard. It's just super hard to stay consistent. It's been pretty tough for me.
But I help you.
As of February this year, I've been more consistent, not because I want to, but because my wife kind of forces me to. And it's been all right. It's been good. I'm hanging around like 240, like 249, 248, 247. But my belly doesn't look as full as it used to look. And hopefully I can start shedding off some of this weight. And the more you work out, the more you make it a routine, the easier it gets to stay motivated. The easier it gets to make it a part of what you do every day, your day-to-day life. What's hard for myself though, I guess it's just excuses that I make up. What's hard for myself is the fact that I have a lot going on. Like I've mentioned already, 4 kids, full-time job, and sometimes I get out at 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and sometimes I don't go in, like right now where it's been raining. Work is slow and I don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow, if I'm gonna work or if I'm not gonna work. It's a little bit hard to make it part of your routine and your part of your schedule when to start off your schedule isn't consistent enough to work around. So being able to work out and include working out has been tough, and that's why we created this home gym for us to be able to work out at our own time for whenever we can. And whenever we can't, then it is what it is, but we try to get the workout in. Anyways, now I'm gonna go to incline bench press. Last time I did these, I was making videos on working out for a little while, and then I made a video where I was using this bench here, and it completely fell. I'm gonna see if I can find it and include the video. Plug in the video right here somewhere. But it completely fell, and I posted it on Instagram. I felt kind of embarrassed, but it was funny and I had to share it. But it completely fell, not because I was too heavy, but because the back of this wasn't securely placed. And then it kind of turned me off on making another video. But I'm back to using this bench, and we'll see how this set goes right here. At least I got my wife with me in case I fall. She can witness it. But anyways, same thing. We're gonna bring the weight up. And dig your shoulders. So I like to flex my chest. Flex it. I don't know if it makes a difference or not, but I do it. Bring it back, keeping everything nice and tight, and then adjust. And right here too, instead of being straight flat like this, we're gonna bring those in probably about a 45-degree angle, and then we get a lot more depth, range in motion, and stretch. And at the top, same thing. 2, 3, 4. And just mess around with different angles. That's the important part of working out. It's not about weight, it's not about heavy, it's about angles. That's what's gonna separate you when you're building muscle compared to somebody who's just trying to lift as much heavy weight as they can. Somebody who knows will understand that it's not about weight, it's about your angles that you have right here. Makes a big difference because you're targeting specific sections of your muscle with different angles. I don't even know how much that was, but I'll leave it at that. And then I'll probably include a clip where I'm hitting one quick by myself. Then I'll do 3 sets of this and then move to the next one. Just a quick pause for now. Let's give you guys an update on this pre-workout. This one again, this is the Bucked Up. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but if I haven't, this is called Bucked Up pre-workout. It's like called Bucked Up Burn. I think it's a thermogenic pre-workout, so it's supposed to make you sweat, but I don't really sweat a lot to begin with, unless I'm like walking, then I'll be sweating. But yeah, quick update. This one's a lot more manageable compared to the other pre-workout I got. That's called, I forgot what it's called. I'll have to post a picture of it, maybe. But it was another pre-workout that had like 400 grams of 400 milligrams or grams. I think it has to be milligrams. 400 milligrams of caffeine. I don't know how much caffeine this one has, but this one also, the Bucked Up one and the other one I'm talking about, both have beta-alanine, which is the chemical that makes you like itch and feel the tingling sensation, which is what I'm feeling now with this Bucked Up. You know, you take your hat off if you've ever done this. Take your hat off and you scratch a little bit. Oh, you get itchy and then it feels good, in my opinion, because it also feels good when you're pushing the weight. Helps give you that extra little boost. Anyways, this one's a good one. I'll take a full scoop of this and it'll make me feel just right. The other one, on the other hand, the one with 400 milligrams of caffeine, that one I took 3/4 of a scoop the first time. It lasted for about 45 minutes, and then the next day I took a full scoop of it, and I shouldn't have done that. I think it's the caffeine. The 400 milligrams of caffeine is insane. That one made me need to throw up. So this one is just enough to make you feel the pump, feel the beta-alanine going through your body and stuff, and you know, the extra focus is what this one helps with. And I like it because it doesn't make you feel like you need to throw up, where the other one, by like 45 minutes to about an hour, I was already like dry heaving, is what it's called? Pretty much gagging the whole entire time. Even when I went inside, I was gagging. What I do have to say about the other one though is it doesn't have a crazy crash like you would have with like some other pre-workouts. Neither does this one. It's called Bucked Up. The other one is called Super, I think it's called like something bum, Super Bum or something like that. I don't know, I'll have to look it up. But I didn't really like it. It was not that it was too strong, it's just that it has too much caffeine, I think, is my issue, because I had already drank coffee before, like the morning before that. So enough yapping, we'll hit this quick set. To be real, I couldn't curl those 50s like last week. But today, I don't know. Something feels different. Look, watch. Dang. 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 Something feels different about that one. I used to not be able to.
Huh?
I used to not be able to curl that like last week.
Yeah, I know, you're getting stronger.
This is the pre-workout. I'm telling you guys, bucked up, get it. It's that bucked up. That'll do it to you.
And look at me. I just want Pilates arms.
Look. 50 pounds.
It's not focusing.
50-pound weights. Amazing.
Why isn't it focusing? It's not focusing.
I don't know, but I used to not be able to do those. It's crazy.
Okay, once it's... Babe.
What?
No?
What?
You won't walk there? You can't?
My heart will freaking explode.
Why are you drinking that then?
I'm just kidding.
You gotta drink some.
I was kidding. I did need water though.
You have to drink a lot of water. I don't know what you think.
I'm telling you, our body's made up of 98% water.
So you don't need water? Yes. That's not good. How is that funny to you?
Life can be sweet. Life can be sweet. Guys, am I weird for not drinking water? Like, all day and only drink water like once a week?
That's bad. That's not even good. That's weird.
Is that weird? Am I weird for that, chat? Hey, chat. Comment number 1 if I'm weird for not drinking water only once a week. Ooh, no cap. I'm starting to drink creatine monohydrate, so I do need to be drinking like a gallon of water each day. Because if not, my livers are cooked. Chat, is my liver cooked? I mean, my kidneys? Liver, I don't know why I said liver. Are my kidneys cooked if I don't drink water and I'm drinking creatine monohydrate? Like the video if my kidneys are cooked for not drinking water while drinking creatine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are my kidneys cooked, chat? Alright, let's see what other workout I got. Flat dumbbell bench press, incline bench press, and let's see what else we can do. Alright, after you rested 2 seconds, you're gonna go back to it and do your second set. No, really. Just kidding, not 2 seconds. Take your 30-second breaks, 1 minute breaks, whatever it needs to be, but take your breaks. Probably.
Already?
Let me do some arms now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. I'm done. I'm just finishing off with some arm workouts. And then we'll call it a day. On a side note, I've logged into my online college Bible course. Luckily, it's still there. Like everything in life, I become inconsistent, and I'm not as consistent as I'd like to be. But starting this year, I've made it my resolution to be more consistent with everything in life, whether it's, the dog stuff I got going on, work, working out, my relationship with God, and just everything in my life that can sometimes I can sometimes become inconsistent at. So yeah, I picked up where I left off at, and hopefully I can finish that. I'm gonna make an attempt to finish that. But all that to say, I really like that course that I'm doing online. I really like the class that I'm doing online. It's a self-paced course, and it has really changed my perspective at how I see my faith in Christ. I'm not going to say how I have a different view of Christianity and religion, because it's not a different view on religion, but it's a different view on my relationship with God. Sometimes we have a misconception of what Christianity is and what the religion of Christianity is, and that's where I feel like we ought to stop looking. We got to stop looking at the religion of Christianity and start looking at your relationship with God individually, because that's what matters the most. Anybody can be religious, and as a matter of fact, there are many people who are religious in the Bible, and that didn't mean they had a relationship with God. You can go to church 7 days a week, and that doesn't make you that doesn't mean you have a good relationship with God. That means you know how to be a religious person. But what matters the most is understanding what it means to have a relationship with God. And something that has put that in perspective is reading through the Old Testament, is reading through Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Deuteronomy, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. It's changed how I view my personal relationship with God and how I view God in general, His character. Oftentimes when we hear about the Old Testament, a lot of times our brains, if you've something about the Bible, is our brains automatically go to the Ten Commandments, laws, Israelites, God's chosen people, destruction, God destroying the earth, the flood, all this other stuff, and that's the picture I think that Western Christianity has painted, and a lot of Christian circles is just highlights and they try to put this fear of God in you, so that you can obey Him out of fear from being judged by Him. And that's the wrong viewpoint to have. That's the wrong idea to have, because Christianity is not about being scared of God to the point where you fear the consequences of your sin, so you try to become a better person, you try to do good, you try to obey the laws. And what the Old Testament teaches us is that it's impossible to follow those laws. It's impossible to obey God's
commands 100%. Now, does that mean it's unnecessary to follow his commands? No. That means, if anything, we should strive to be a person who seeks that obedience towards him. And one of the things that I learned is that throughout the Old Testament, man has, God created man in his own image, wanting to have a relationship with him. And the fall of man happened in Adam and Eve and caused humanity to be cursed and kicked out of God's presence. The Garden of Eden was a place where God resided with his creation, where he can share communion with creation, and man and God lived in unison. But at the fall of man, when Adam and Eve ate from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, which God had given them the option to be obedient or disobedient, they decided to be disobedient. Yet still God provided He provided them with a promise to bring a Redeemer to reconcile that relationship with him. And then you continue reading through the Old Testament all the way up into Deuteronomy, which is where I'm at. You see that become a common theme in the Old Testament. God saves humanity, then God has to destroy it because, or God there's consequences because of their actions, and still God provides a means to reconcile with his creation, with those who truly repent. And continuing on the topic of being obedience, obedience doesn't come from fear of going to hell or fear of God not loving you. Obedience is what should happen because of the blessings God has provided in your life, because of the blessings God has provided in my life. I should be obedient. It comes from God's blessings come from a place of grace. Therefore, your love and your obedience should also come from a place of love, without wanting to earn God's favor towards you in your life. You're not obedient so that God can bless you. You should be obedient because God has blessed you. Therefore, results in God rejoicing and being more present in your relationship with Him. And I think that's a misconception that we have sometimes, is that in order for you to be blessed, you must be obedient to God, or you must follow these laws that God has provided so that God can bless you in your life. And that's just a misconception. Regardless of what happens in your life, the one promise God has given us is eternal life through Christ, His Son, that died on the cross for mine and your sins, and that whoever believes in Him shall not perish but have everlasting life. And that's the promise that we have, and that's the blessing that God has given us, not because we can earn it, not because we deserve it, simply because He gave it to us. Picture this: your friend gives you a gift on your birthday, and you love it so much, it means so much to you. The reaction that comes from it is you loving this person even more. You helping this person when they need help. You wanting to seek out more of a relationship with your friend because they did something so good for you and you didn't deserve it. You did nothing to earn it. Same as that gift with Christ is, we didn't earn it. We don't deserve it, yet He has provided us that means to be able to reconcile with Him in relationship and bring us back to the Garden of Eden where we once were as humanity, where God's presence once resided. He's provided that opportunity for you, and forever who believes in that message shall not perish but have everlasting life. So I just wanted to share that, and hopefully I can learn more, and hopefully it touches somebody's heart today. And I want to keep making some videos where I talk about this stuff. So if you like it, share it, comment, do whatever you want. But till then, God bless and have a productive day, night, evening, whatever it is you're doing in your life. And remember, everything you do it for the love of God. Yeah, peace.